and they are truly making every day of it count. The film industry also tapped into this one. The second edition of the International Women's Film Festival ended with an award ceremony, and our Nigeria's Dorcas Bello emerged as one of the winners with her creative productions. Let's see how the event went down.
Awards! You're welcome.
It was all about women, culture and film, which is the theme for the second edition of the Women's International Film Festival Nigeria, WIFIN, a film festival dedicated to celebrating women in the business of film around the world.
It was inspired by a project we launched in 2019 called the Girl Nation Social Impact Film Project, where we've been training women in technical filmmaking skills and providing opportunities for women to produce short stories and documentaries highlighting women and girls' rights issues around the world.
Over 4,500 film submissions from 140 countries, and to ensure adequate representation, every continent had a day for film screening. The festival also had panel discussions, workshops, pitch sessions, and networking.
Fantastic. This whole thing is just mind-blowing to see this happening in Abuja and to see some force being thrown behind women in the film industry. I am an enthusiast.
There was this one that was a Mexican movie. It was called Tinted Glasses. It had to do with domestic violence. I liked it because it had a message at the end where the woman just got up and left after being abused. And it resonated with me because I feel like this is something that I will do, and I want more women to stand up and leave such spaces.
I watched the Mexican film and I learned a lot. It had to do with the power of women. I think I actually remember the movie Sarah. It's a Mexican film showing the power of a woman. She stood with her husband throughout the revolution. Although she lost the husband, but she still stood strong. So I learned a lot from that.
There was one particular one that I was watching. I didn't finish. It was about banditry and the things that happen in Nigeria. It was about a 2-hour movie. It was fantastic.
So there are lots of deep stories over here. So a lot of destinies. So more like in Germany. So we are telling a lot of stories about historical. And I did a lot of television things. So it's beautiful in their own way, but very different to Nigerian film production, I would say that. But everywhere are very good, talented directors, actors, actresses, and so on. So I'm so happy that I could join the festival and meet all these beautiful people.
The aesthetics and design at the International Conference Center Abuja were nothing short of glam and world-class, as guests looked very regal and African for what some have described as Nigeria's Oscar Awards.
This award is about what we hear but we rarely notice. We all enjoy movie, we all enjoy the music behind that. And this music is the pulse of the movie. Love breaking finally.
Awards were given out in categories like editing, animation, sound design, students' film, original score, and costume design. Sarah, a historical film related to the Mexican Revolution, won the Best Production Design.
I want to thank also WIFIN 24 for this wonderful work that has been done.
Well, I am really excited because this film represents a very important part of the Mexican history. Sara Perez was the wife of the father of democracy. That was, his name was Francisco I. Madero.
And it's a call for us to do more.
Nigeria's Dorcas Bello's film about a 70-year-old Mama Amsatu who found her way to fame through stone crushing won Best Documentary Short Film.
I first saw the woman on social media, and from that day I knew it was going to make a good film. So first of all, I wrote it as an article for an international organization, and then when the opportunity came for me to tell the story for Al Jazeera Africa Direct, I still picked that story because I think it's a very unique story and everyone can connect with the story.
The WIFIN Award 2024 for Best Picture goes to Sarah.
The top winner at the festival is the drama film Sira, a co-production between Burkina Faso, Senegal, France and Germany. WIFIN is all about the exposition of information and a platform for women filmmakers to thrive and navigate storytelling to ensure a true shift from the negative aspects of culture towards equality for both males and females.
And to put in their best to stand out in whatever they do. Still in the month that has been set aside to celebrate us women, we shall keep celebrating till the very end. Here is Elmira Fix, a women's empowerment initiative with the sole aim of creating opportunities for women to network, develop and inspire each other for greater heights.
It's because of her shoes. Because you said she made shoes, right? And I suspected that anybody here would probably wear their own, right? And then your shoes are handmade and they're well made as well. Did you make this?
In celebration of International Women's Day, Elmira Consult proudly presents Elmira 4.0, a dynamic women empowerment event focused on networking for success in business and career. It served as an arena for women to come together, network, inspire, and empower each other to reach new heights of success in business and career.
For me, one of the strongest outcomes of this event is for us to build a community of women and men that will keep adding value, supporting each other, sharing information, sharing ideas, and most importantly, network with people.
The highlight of the event is the panel discussion, where successful business owners share their personal journeys and emphasize the importance of networking in both business and personal life. Networking has been instrumental in many successful businessmen's life. It opens doors, creates opportunities, and helps one learn from others' experiences.
Women are very powerful if they want to be. And you know, the program today is about the woman. And networking doesn't have to be among the same gender, it can be cross-gender. So when you look at it from that angle, women even have more leverage than men when it comes to networking. So networking but success. If you network the right way, you network the positive way, and you can be rest assured that that door you've been trying to unlock through networking, you're able to unlock it.
Throughout the event, attendees engage in lively discussions, exchange ideas, and forge new connections, laying the foundation for future collaborations and success.
Actually, this event is has been a very enlightening event, because a lot of us, when it comes to networking, having the orientation of networking, especially in this environment, we tend to downplay it. We tend to not understand the importance of it. So, first of all, Elmira Style Fix is doing an amazing job. This is like my second or third time coming for this type of event, and I like the fact that they are driving networking, like that narration of networking, to the forefront, because networking is what brought a lot of successful people, is what brought them where they are now. So it's been good so far. It's been very good.
We have a few initiatives here and there for enhancing the lives of underprivileged kids. We have a program called the Free Mobile Mall, where we go to inner cities in rural areas and identify children in need, either from orphan-owned homes or single-parent homes. And we have a free mobile mall for them where we collect items from kids that have and give it to kids that don't have. So it's actually our tagline that says one kid's trash is another kid's treasure. So year round we encourage donations from well-off families like myself and yourself, and then we go into these inner cities and give it to these kids that do not have. So one kid's old backpack will be a kid's new backpack, Don't throw anything away. Everything is recycled, and there's always somebody in need of what you have that you think that you don't have a need for anymore.
So this is a women empowerment initiative, Elmira Fix, that was kicked off in 2016, and the goal is just to ensure that women had access to information, to knowledge, to skills needed to live their best lives in their career, in their personal lives, and in their business. So every year we have different themes. As you know, the theme for this year is networking for success in your business and career, so that women can get this information to build themselves and be able to, succeed in any chosen endeavor in life. Everybody that's been a part of this has grown in their career, in their businesses, because they've been able to learn the needed skills to be able to ascend their career ladder. My goal is to be able to put together a team of women, right? I call it my army of women. So keep sharing information, sharing ideas, to keep developing each other, and, start, advocating for more women, for instance, in politics, to start advocating for more women with economic access and all of that.
Building meaningful connections is not just about exchanging business cards. It's about nurturing relationships, offering support, and collaborating for mutual growth. That was a basic take-home for the participants.
Goes beyond just exchanging business cards. It includes that important step of forming new relationships, gaining knowledge, and expanding your horizons. I absolutely love that. Africa's literature has brought unique perspective, diverse voices, and captivating narrative to the global literary landscape, and they ought to be celebrated. In fact, they are celebrated. Let's take a look.
It was a night of melody and mini-gathering of renowned writers and artists when a leading poet, playwright and novelist from India, Professor Hokun Temath Shivaprakash, took his first visit to celebrate a fellow professor of repute, Professor Tess Osonye Nweme in Nigeria. Professor Shivaprakash tells us about the relationship between Nigeria and India, plus what fascinates him about African writers.
Africans and us, we Indians, had gone through the colonial trauma. And in fact, the impact of colonialism is much more crushing in Africa, because in India we had 21 major languages which had been having rich literary traditions for the last millennium, sometimes 2 millennia. Favorite writers, I read him quite thoroughly, and he does deserve Nobel Prize. And when he got Nobel Prize, in his Nobel acceptance speech, he said, "We blacks, we should institute an award in Africa and give it to a white man 50 years after the institution." So it was a remarkable speech. But I think Tess's plays are no less powerful. Tess brings, for the first time, into major playwright who brings into the language of theatre the feminine sensitiveness and sensibility. And her words have such great power, some magical power, which is very rare in world literature.
The initiator, Professor Tess Nweme, who has produced quite a number of producers and has been an inspiration to many, expresses her love for arts and people.
Your director, Steve Daniel, has been my protege. In 1984, when I hired him as my assistant for theatre production, he was doing youth corps. He was the first youth corps I hired, and we started doing productions. He's grooming you, and I call him the theatre slave. His life is theatre.
Under the producer, Steve Daniel, the students of Ahmadu Bello University added color to the event with excerpts from her plays.
And we all must be as one, like the palm tree, producing from kernel to oil, from leaves to thatch, yet dependent on another. We all, young, old, male, female, must reason this and live as such. That you are poor? No. Did I make anybody poor? Yeah, look here. We are a nation at war. And you all here owe it to us to keep quiet in the interest of national security.
Which kind of equality? Which kind of equality? Every time equality, we know not equality.
Her philosophy speaks of the palm tree. The palm tree gives, there is this interdependence of the kernel to oil, of the leaves, producing each, and that's it. Our song. Yelele, yele, yele, yelele, wa. Yelele, 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 zo. Yelele, 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 bia. Wa zo bia.
For being such an inspiration to many writers home and abroad. In life, there is time for everything. A time to be born and a time to exit this world. Then the living will bid farewell to the departed. This is what the family and friends did to their beloved patriarch, Pa TITUS Oko OGBE. Join us as we pay tribute and celebrate the legacy he leaves behind.
This is how the journey of no return for late Pa TITUS Oko OGBE started, with a mass at Catholic Youth Center Parish, Makurdi, as family, friends and well-wishers gathered to bid him farewell. As prayers and hymns echo through the church walls, memories of his life and achievements flood the minds of those gathered.
He's somebody that has been one of the pillars of the OGBE family, and in all he does, he has always tried to bring everybody together under the same umbrella.
He was a lovely and kind-hearted father to all. At least a few years that I've been married to the family before his departure, his life is worth emulating.
He's a gentleman to the core. Honestly, I respect him so much. For one thing, he's a quiet man.
As night falls, a wake-keep was organized in honor of Pa TITUS Oko OGBE in his Makurdi residence, a testament to the profound impact he had on those around him.
I started my seminary formation as an orphan, but I never felt the absence of my father because of his presence. If there's something I will miss about him, it's his constant reminder on the need to pray. As a seminarian, I feel I should be the one to always remind him to pray. But the truth is, he wouldn't even allow you to sleep till 5. He wakes you up to make sure that you are having your devotion, you are committed to God in prayers. I will continue to pray for him. I'll miss his phone calls.
My father is a man of peace. He's a man of peace. And I pray that God grant him a place of rest in his kingdom.
The journey continues as Pa TITUS Oko OGBE's body is received in his ancestral home, Ipole Igu Orokam. The final chapter of this journey unfolds with a mass at St. Joseph's Parish, Orokam, a culmination of prayers, blessings and farewell to Pa TITUS Oko OGBE. As the sun sets on this day of remembrance, Pa TITUS Oko OGBE finds his resting place in his Abajiki family compound, surrounded by loved ones.
Daddy is a man that comes with a very few words, that carries weight. Daddy is a man that has message and lesson to teach you at every point of his life.
A peace-loving person, and that's all what I can say. He makes sure everybody around him are in good terms with themselves, and then they just live happy.
I'll describe my dad as a quiet man, a man of few words. He does not talk too much, but the little he will say to you, if you digest it, is deep.
I know my dad as a disciplinarian. He's a man of few words. He's a quiet man. He's a deep thinker. And I pray his soul will rest in perfect peace. Though Pa TITUS Oku-Ogbe may have left this world, his spirit lives on in the hearts of all who were touched by his kindness and wisdom. He died at the age of 76 and is survived by his wife, children, and grandchildren.